And we are live. Everyone, welcome to Classic Sitcom Salon, where all of the presets that I had have disappeared. Um, so every third Tuesday of the month, we get together, we do this, we pick a sitcom earlier in the month, and we just do a cold, unrehearsed, but sometimes costumed reading of these sitcoms. So tonight we're doing Wings, and pardon the construction outside the window. But tonight we're doing an episode of Wings, which Evan has curated for us. Um, Evan is the Tim Daly looking fellow over in the corner. Um, Evan, what was it about this episode that got it for you?
It's a great, funny ensemble script. Like so many relatively equally sized parts that are all funny.
Yeah,
It's just a great little story and a great ending. I just laughed, which I thought would translate really well.
yeah. I was talking to my sister, who's usually in our chat room here, but our niece is getting a honor society, so you know. But I was saying, like, it's really weird because when I posted that we were doing this, people reacted in the single digits, folks. No, but it was like, but it was surprising that there were certain people that never react to any of this or whatever that kind of reacted to this or got into the sitcom. And I thought it was really strange that there's sort of this, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but it's kind of like a lot more people liked this sitcom than you would think.
I think it had really good leads, and it had scene stealing character actors with it.
Yeah,
every
really.
time.
Yeah.
So it's always funny.
Yeah, I remember watching it not so much because I was invested in the lead characters, but like the timing and delivery by Faye and Roy is insane, like ridiculous.
They were the Jack and Karen of their era.
Yes.
That's the straight Jack and Karen.
Yeah, I just forget how many freaking characters there are.
It's a lot.
You think about that show and it's like, oh yeah, the brothers, and then Faye and Jenny Piccolo. But I was like, oh my god, there's so many people.
Yeah, and I think it just gets bigger as it goes. But this was what Mr. Scarpacci.
I 100% forgot Tony Shalhoub was on the show.
Me too.
Yeah, this was his. He's graduated to playing characters without accents, but that's all he did in the 90s and early 2000s was like the random characters with accents. Quick Change, one of my favorite movies. He's the bus driver who doesn't speak English.
I don't think I saw it.
You haven't seen Quick Change?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm a sucker for any movie
when it came out, but
yeah, I'm a sucker for any movie with disguises in it, so
Oh, cool.
I love it. But yeah, so I was noticing like you have I think that's it. You have amazing character actors, and oh, this is a point Kayla was making, that it doesn't, like, there were never any special episodes. It never asked anything of you. There was never like some very special episode. You didn't have to go too crazy into like they didn't bring on the babies or anything. Like, you didn't have to go did they? But
no,
they didn't go too deep, so you could just kind of lay back and enjoy it. It's kind of has a, I don't know, passiveness to it. But this episode, Roy is just a total dick. I don't know if he's this dickish in everything, but he is, and this is just him causing trouble. So we're gonna do hopefully we have Matt on the way. He's stuck in cyber traffic, but Evan is gonna play Faye and Joe tonight. Matt is gonna play Scarpacci and Lowell, or we'll divide up some parts until he gets here. Timmy is gonna be Brian and Pam. I'm gonna be Roy and Alex. and then Sally is playing Helen herself. Oh, the cleaning rag ready. We shouldn't waste any time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we take you to the tiny airport. I once knew a man from Nantucket. I don't know if any of you, but this is
Really?
Nantucket, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe one of us is the man they're talking about. So we are at that little lunch counter in that little airport, and
Of Sandpiper Air.
I forget who's playing who now. So I'm gonna
All right, so if I've got Scarpacci now, right? Until Matt gets here.
So I think I
Matt
can
asked
remove
if someone
me.
should cover, so I don't think he's going to make it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Goodness.
Helen, did you see which way my eggs went?
Oh, I threw them out. Don't you know what happens when you leave food around? It attracts bugs and attracts more bugs. And pretty soon, the whole place is crawling with vermin.
I see what you mean. But Helen, why are you going so crazy?
Oh, there's a new state health inspector making the rounds on the island.
So what are you worried about? You keep a very clean place.
Huh. That's what they thought down at the lobster bucket. But last night, he busted them. And all of us was there's just a little tiny bit of grease under the exhaust vents, mildew under the sink, and a measly little cockroach in the chowder.
You're grossing me out here. Could we talk about something else, please? Hey, Scarpacci, how'd your date go last night?
Not as well as I thought. We had dinner at the lobster bucket.
Hey, Chapel, another refill?
Oh boy, can't you see I'm busy here? Besides, you had 6 cups already. So if you want more, here, just take the whole thing with the straw. Go ahead, suck it up.
God, I'm bored.
You know what I like to do when I'm bored, Roy? I like to ponder some of life's big questions. For instance, if you're driving a car down Sesame Street, would you in fact end up in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood?
You might. Ho, 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 ho. Ooh, here's a little something to spice up my day.
Morning, Alex. How was your run?
Fine. Brian and I just did a quick 5 miles.
I hear that's all you've been doing these days. All I know is a real man wouldn't wait.
Hey, Brian is more man than you'll ever be. Honey, are you okay?
What's that, Lassie? Timmy fell in a mine shaft? It's okay, girl. I'll go get the ranger.
Brian, what happened?
I was I was running and my socks fell down and I tried to pull them up and I fell on my tailbone. That's precisely why I run in the nude. Tell you, it's nothing quite like feeling the wind blowing through, well, pretty much everything you got.
Brian, you might try to ice that injury first to ease the pain. That's what the doctor told my first husband, George, to do when he broke his ass. Well, that's what the doctor called this.
Medical men, they got a language all their own.
I'll go get some ice. Morning, everybody.
Hey.
Come on, Brian, get up. You're sweating all over the waiting area.
Hey, Joe. He had a terrible accident.
What? What happened?
His socks fell down. I'm all right. I just bruised my tailbone.
Oh no. You're gonna be able to fly?
I can fly. I can fly. I can't fly.
Oh no. Why did this have to happen now? We've got 5 extra charters this week, and I'm almost maxed out on hours. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Hey, Lambert, you're a pilot. You can help him out.
Yeah, Joe, I could take Brian's flights.
Oh, well, thanks anyway, but I'm really funny about other people flying my planes.
Okay, fine, yeah, I'm just trying to help.
Hey, Hackett, you could always take her up for a test flight.
Huh. Hey, Alex, you know what? Maybe you could help me out. Why don't we go up and I'll check you out on the aircraft?
Now, I really think I should drive Brian to the doctor.
I could drive. I could drive. I can't drive.
No. You two go. I'll get a doctor. I'll take him to the doctor. Go on.
Great. Thanks, Roy. And Alex, I'll see you on the plane.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as I change.
Now, Brian, you just cheer up. If you're anything at all like George, you'll be up and about in no time. And then in a week and a half later, you'll be broadsided by a bus. I mean, not all my stories have happy endings.
Hackett. How could you be so stupid?
What are you talking about, Roy?
I think you're crazy to let them fly together. Do the words Mile High Club mean anything to you?
They're only going up for a test flight. I mean, Joe and Alex.
Hey, Scarpacci. Joe wants you to take Brian to the doctor. He'll pay you later.
What? Brian, what happened? And please don't tell me you ate at the lobster bucket.
Hey, Roy, what's so funny?
Oh, this isn't going to be such a boring day after all.
Oh, this is embarrassing. You'd think there'd be more medical science could do for a bruised tailbone than make you sit on a donut.
Well, you're lucky. When my grandfather had the same injury, they did not have such things. He had to sit on the lap of his Uncle Carmine.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the ride, and thanks for sharing that really disturbing image.
Oh, hey, Joe, I need to ask you.
Joe's not here. He's up in the plane with Alex.
Still? Well, okay. Boy, you're a lot more trusting than I am, Hackett. If it was me, I'd be on that radio right now trying to find out what the hell's going on up there.
Roy, there's nothing going on.
No, you're right. You're right. Why should she be interested in Joe when she's got a real man right here? Oh, by the way, how's your tushy feeling?
Oh, well, that's it, Faye. I've done the best I can. This place is as clean as it's gonna get.
Oh, Helen, I think it looks beautiful. And you're going to pass that inspection with flying colors.
Oh, thanks, Faye. I really needed to hear that.
But of course, you might want to get that little thing right there.
Hey, oh, okay. Thanks.
And there's a little gob of something over there by the stove.
Oh, all right. I see it.
Oh, and you remember last Halloween when Lowell dropped that pumpkin pie and it splattered all over everything?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a little.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Oh, come on. Oh,
Ow, 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 ow.
Okay. Oh, hey, give this back to Joe for me, will you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give it back to him as soon as he gets back from his flight.
Oh, they're back.
They're back?
Yeah, yeah. He and Alex came in from the field, went straight into the office, and shut the door. At least I think they're still there. Can't really tell with the shades pulled. You okay, Hackett?
Of course, yeah, of course I'm okay. What? Why would you think I wouldn't be?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
All right, Alex. When you land, you just log in your arrival time right here, and then you sign it down at the bottom right there, and that's it.
Well, sounds simple enough.
Uh,
Right.
hi.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Everything okay? I see they gave you a donut.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't need it, but the doctor insisted. You know, doctors, right? Um. Oh God. Oh, donut. Oh man. All right. Well, thanks for filling in for me. I know there's plenty of other things you'd rather be doing.
No problem. In fact, it was kind of fun. Oh, which by the way, I have another flight, so I'll see you later. I'll see you on the plane, Joe.
All right.
I'm becoming one with the sky.
Why do you have to go up with her again?
Oh, well, she's going to Boston. I've got an appointment there, and I'm just hitching a ride. Wait a minute. You're not jealous, are you?
What? What? Me? Come on, jealous? I mean, I know Alex well enough to know that I don't have to worry about her.
Well, you better not be, because you know how much she hates jealous guys.
She does?
Yeah, that's why she broke up with Dan.
Who?
Dan, the guy she was engaged to.
She was engaged?
Jeez, don't you guys talk?
Yeah, we talk. We talk ourselves blue, which happens to be her favorite color.
It's green.
It is?
Uh, Celtics front office. Yeah. Give me Red Auerbach. That's right. Yeah, that's me again. Well, yeah. Same message. Still this. No. Please tell him that I still want Aeromass to be the official airline of the Boston Celtics. You think you can handle that, Toots? Oh, nice mouth. Oh. Talk like that usually costs me $2 a minute.
Do you know where I can find the person who operates this counter?
Who wants to know?
My name is Pam Chase. I'm with the Massachusetts Department of Public Health.
She's in the can.
Here's my card. I'll just wait here.
Helen, that woman over there.
oh my God.
Relax.
That's Pam Chase.
You know her?
Know her. I hate her. When we were kids, I was a little overweight. A little. And she never missed an opportunity to torment me. What is she doing here?
You don't know?
You know what? I don't care. Call me when she leaves.
Helen.
What?
You know me. You know
Yeah.
I hate to butt in, but if she's really tormented you, you have no choice but to take action.
Roy.
Well, I say you march right over there and tell her off, but good. You make her feel the pain you felt all those years, Helen. If you don't do it for yourself, at least do it for all the fat little tormented children everywhere. You're an adult. What can she do to you now?
You're right, Roy.
Good. Good girl.
Hello, Pam. Remember me?
Helen Chapel.
Listen, there's something that's been bothering me all these years. When we were kids, you weren't always very kind to me or anyone who was just a tiny bit overweight. You said things about my weight. You also said things like Tubbo, Lard Lady, Mount St. Helens. Well, I have a few names for you. You're rude, you're vindictive, you're shallow, you're conceited, you're phony, you're bitchy, you're fake, you're a big liar, you have terrible hair, and above all, you're the biggest tramp this island's ever seen. And all of Nantucket, this is it. You're it. You should make the newspaper every day. Everybody knew about you. And Skip Riley doing it in the back seat of his dad's Plymouth. Yes, I never forgot. Never. I've waited for this day. You know how they knew? I told them. I told all the other kids. And I'm the one that started calling you Wham Bam Pam, Wham Bam Pam. So Wham Bam, on behalf of all tortured little fat children all over the world, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my lunch counter. Get away from and move away from my lunch counter.
This is your lunch counter?
That's right, baby. So go on. Move it. There's nothing you can do to me now.
I'm the state health inspector.
Oh, Pam, it's been so long. I love what you did with your hair. Let me show you how clean my lunch counter is.
Oh, this is great. I say it and they do it. I'm having a ball.
Oh, Brian, how are you feeling?
Yeah. How's it going with your butt? It's fine, lol. Thanks for asking. Listen, I don't want to sound paranoid or anything, but do you think there's something going on between Joe and Alex?
Brian Hackett, I'm ashamed of you. How could you accuse your brother of something like that?
No, you're right. You're right. Thanks, Faye. All right, I needed to hear that right now, you know.
But on the other hand, who could blame him? You are the one who stole his fiancée. Maybe he did wait all these years just to get even. Everyone knows revenge is a dish best served cold. In Italy, we have the same expression, except instead of revenge, we use the word calamari.
That's crazy. Joe Hackett doesn't have a mean bone in his body. Yeah. No, of course not. He's probably just experiencing that raw, wanton sexual passion that occurs between people who work together day in and day out. I mean, God, take a look at Alex. She's got the kind of body that drives lonely mechanics. Well, I mean, if you weren't my boss, I'd be. Enough said.
Brian, don't worry. I know a man and a woman who worked together for 15 years, side by side in a grocery store. Never so much as looked at each other.
There you go.
Of course, no one could really look at them. They were the two ugliest people in our village. Not like Alex and Joe. Can you imagine how beautiful their children would be? Oh.
Thanks. Thanks for your help.
Hey,
Hey, Brian.
Hey,
listen, Brian, can I borrow Alex tonight?
why?
Well, this funny thing happened up on the plane. We met this really nice old couple. They had tickets to the Pops tonight, and they can't go, so they gave them to us.
They thought we were married. Isn't that funny? Are you okay spending the evening alone?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'll rent a film and I'll pull up a comfortable chair and I'll just stand behind it.
Great. Okay, see you tomorrow.
All right.
See you later.
Wow. If there was ever a time I wish I was wrong, Hackett, this is it. Kills me to see somebody treated that way, especially by his own brother. Oh, look, Hackett, we haven't been close, but if you need me, I'm here for you.
Thanks, Roy.
Be brave, Hackett.
I had a very nice time, Joe. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Me too. We got to do that again. So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian,
You know what time it is?
Yeah, it's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m.
have you been drinking?
Matter of fact, I have found Joey's private little stash in his office and I'm feeling no pain. I even threw away my donut.
Brian, those beers are non-alcoholic.
In that case, I'm feeling lots of pain. That concert ended at exactly 10:21. It's now 2:07. Where the hell have you been?
If you must know, we went to Martha's Vineyard for some coffee.
Of course. That's where everyone goes for coffee at 2 a.m. Martha's Vineyard, the decaf island.
Alex, you would have found this out eventually, but our father also went insane.
So finally getting me back for stealing your fiance, huh?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, don't be coy with me. Everybody knows that revenge and calamari are best served cold. I mean, what? You don't think I know what goes on between two people who work together day in and day out? It's not as though you're the two ugliest people in the village.
Joe, was your dad ever this bad?
Nowhere near. Look, Brian, I think you better stop.
No, no. I'll deal with you in a minute. I knew I never should have trusted you, Alex, or you, Brian, or either of you. So, sweetheart, Alex, you got anything to say for yourself?
Go to hell.
Go to hell. Okay. As for you, Joe, I've only got one question. At exactly what point did I become a complete and total jackass?
I think it was right after you said, aha! How could you think I would do something like that?
Oh, what are you talking about? Roy kept pointing out how close you two guys are getting.
You listen to Roy?
Common sense.
Forget it. I'm not leaving. I'm not letting you off that easy. Now, for your information, the only reason I was spending so much time with Joe was to help you out. And besides, it wasn't even my idea. Roy suggested it.
Yeah, and Roy told me to take her up on a test flight. So I took her up on a test flight.
Disco, go. Okay.
Whoa. Helen, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm cleaning my kitchen. I got 16 health violations. And if I don't fix them by morning, they're going to shut me down.
How'd that happen?
Oh, never would have happened if I hadn't told off the health inspector. But no, I had to listen to my friend Roy.
Hey, Hackett. Your airline just got a lot smaller because mine just got a lot bigger.
Well, what are you talking about, Roy?
Well, I finally got a call from Mr. Red Auerbach of the Boston Celtics. They want Aeromass to be the official airline for the team.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yep, I've been trying to do that for years, but they finally wised up and accepted my offer.
Well,
Yeah,
I have to buy a bigger plane.
I'm glad you asked because I just put a very sizable deposit down on a brand new 727.
Wait a minute. Where were you able to scare up that much cash?
Well, that's the beauty part, see? I also got a call this morning from Nantucket Realty.
So,
So, I've always had a dream of tapping into some of that easy Hollywood money. Well, guess who just made me a very generous offer on that piece of bottom land that I call oceanfront property?
Ooh.
Mr. Jack Nicholson.
oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So long, suckers. Losers.
Nice work, Mr. Nicholson.
Same to you, Mr. Auerbach.
Ba-dum-bum.
We did it. That is Wings, folks. And what was this episode called?
Terminal
Roy's a
Jet-
dick.
Roy's a dick. Terminal jealousy, Roy's a dick. Episode 4.
Who was Alex? I know it was Ryan's girlfriend, but who
Right.
played her?
Now we have to ask the computer.
Okay.
Yes. Now we have
Because I
to.
did no research. I didn't know. I didn't watch the episode. I didn't know, but whatever.
Oh, look at the applause coming in.
Oh,
Thank you,
thanks,
Kayla.
Kayla.
Thank you.
Yes, play character is really well
Yes.
written.
Even
But
if
you-
can't
the
figure out
way-
time.
And you match the hair very well.
I did my
Did
best.
I?
I've done 12 of these now. I've got a nice collection of these wigs growing here.
That's so good.
So Farrah Fork was Alex.
I don't remember her.
Oh, Amy Yazbek was on here. George Wendt, who just passed today, was on here. I'm looking at the cast.
I remember Amy Yazbek being on. Oh, I do remember Farrah Fork. Okay, I got it.
Tyne Daly, Tim Daly's sister, was on as a guest. Debbie Reynolds.
I just know that I didn't know any of these actors except Jenny Piccolo from Happy Days, and Steven Weber had been on As the World Turns. He played Julianne Moore's boyfriend.
Oh, she's so great. I love early Juliette Moore.
Me too.
Oh, Norm was the connection.
I
So
did not know that.
wow, because Kelsey Grammer played Frasier on Wings too.
Oh yeah, because it would have been on the same time as Cheers.
Yeah, so they used it to like piggyback.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, reading the comment here. Oh, David. No, yeah, this. Oh, and also, question for everyone: yes or no? Could Steven Weber be hot outside of the 90s?
I never thought he was hot.
No, but he like his publicist did at least.
Yes, somebody did.
Somebody did. No, but
Daly
he
was hotter.
was like a 90s sexiest symbol, and his character was like the playboy.
And then he played gay in Jeffrey.
Oh, is that what did it?
And it ruined his career. I don't know.
I mean, he's a really good actor. It's just interesting to look at, and he has that sort of. There's like an MTV-ish look to him.
Oh, weird. The Jack Nicholson collection, because he played Jack Torrance in the TV version of The Shining that Stephen King hated.
Oh.
That's
I
a
never
geek
thought he was that good of an actor until he got older, and somewhere in the last decade he was in something, and I was like, oh, he's actually good at this job.
Yeah. You know who's a great stage actor who I'm going to see? Well, when I buy tickets, but I'm going to buy tickets for it. Is Cousin Larry is in Imaginary Invalid here in New York off Broadway. Cousin Larry.
Larry and Balky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm blanking. Mark.
yes,
I'm blanking on his name because
Lynn Baker.
yes, Mark Lynn Baker.
Oh, well, yeah. Like,
Yeah, I saw him years ago. I mean, because on TV you take these people for granted when you're younger, of like, well, that's just who they are and they're talking. But I saw him in a one-man show, a one-man play, a long time ago, and he was amazing. So I'm actually like, he was someone who was like, I gotta, next time he's on stage, I want to see him.
Nice.
So
thank you. Good advertisement. We're going.
yes, they sponsored us tonight. They poured a lot of money into
Sold
this.
out. Be sold out.
Field trip. For,
I know.
Yes.
I remember the guy who played Bulldog on Frasier,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, it's great.
Dan.
Uh-huh.
You know, I
He
can't
did.
remember.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's Wonder Years.
Anyway,
But
he did a one-man show at the Actors Playhouse on 7th Avenue South in the late 90s. That was phenomenal.
Oh, did you see it? Or did
Yeah.
you-
And I was at a reading of a friend's play last week, and I went to the reception afterwards, and he was there. And it's one of the few times when you meet someone, it's like, I can't not tell you about this one thing. And I kind of probably made an ass of myself. But he was wearing a pin that was just a big crown with a circle and a line through it, no kings.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's fucking amazing. And so he just gave me one. I guess he just walks around with them. Here, like, okay.
Oh.
Dan Butler.
Yeah.
Dan Butler.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
wanted to be friends.
and he came
wanted
out
to be-
openly. He came out. He was openly gay too.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
openly gay when he was doing that show.
Yeah, yeah. And funny because the character of Bulldog is such a chauvinist pig. He's got that ex-jock look. So yeah, the Mark Lynn Baker, it wasn't actually a one-man show. Like it was like a play by Lee Blessing, and he played a dog. Chesapeake, it was called.
He played a dog.
It was a one-dog show. Yeah.
Okay.
But I ran into him on the street a few months later, and I had to tell him how great it was. And he seemed very nice. All right, we've done our piece with the amount of money they gave us to promote them.
That's right.
So Evan has been a machine with
Yeah,
transcribing.
I took a little break because I had so many in the queue.
Yes.
But I'm willing to take requests and
right.
get things to the front of the line, especially because people have a little trouble getting full cast, and some of the things I did are heavily casted.
Yeah. But I'm going to read them. I've been on a rabbit hole of old TV. I've been watching a lot of, when I say watching, it's like in my ear, on my headphones as I'm like working. But like Alice, a lot of early episodes of Alice, which are pretty entertaining. And I think it's funny that every character in Alice has a completely different accent. And
Phoenix, that melting pot of Phoenix.
yes,
Yes.
I know. And then
Phoenix.
I know, and none of us can afford Phoenix now. But also, there was this episode that stuck in my head. Do you remember she played her own, she played like someone's neighbor, a landlady who smoked in bed and burned? I had
In
this,
Alice?
yeah. It was
I
like
know she played like a private eye on a bunch of episodes. She had this alter ego character.
flash in the badge.
Didn't she also play like an older lady who was somehow related to Alice, and then went on a date with Des Yarnez?
Oh, but I don't think that wasn't her as the older. That was her mother-in-law. I did catch that episode.
But it wasn't Linda Lavin playing the older lady?
No, it was
Oh, okay.
someone else.
I'm confusing things then.
It was such a bitchy character too.
Oh,
Law was awful. But then she played like Vera's landlord, who she played Vera's landlord, who was like an old German woman, and she smoked in bed, and the apartment burned. And it was stuck in my head, and I went back and watched it, and the whole thing lasts like 2 minutes. And then I've been addicted to this British show called Up Pompeii, excuse me.
Never heard of that
But
one.
it's Frankie Howard, who's a British comic, super campy. Takes place in the Roman times. He's a slave, and it's all like he's trying to spend the whole episode trying to get through the prologue, but the characters keep interrupting him. And I'm not like laughing out loud, but I'm just fascinated by it and by and he's one of those joke tellers. And I think Joan Rivers did this sometimes too, where you almost like reprimand the audience for laughing.
yeah.
And then you like pile a joke on, don't laugh. No, don't laugh. It's not nice to laugh at people who haven't had it. Like they'll add the insult back into the joke, or like there's a lot of that. So it's very interesting. On this very YouTube network, I found it. But it's it's some of the Are You Being Served people before Are You Being Served. So some of the cast is on it, but it's the same creators.
Interesting.
But I have a list here. You can tell me, Evan, if I missed anything, but here's what Evan has cooked up. An episode of Mary Tyler Moore.
Which is very, very good. Very good episode.
Mary becomes a producer, right?
Yeah, so she gets promoted.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And then Empty Nest, the RN who came to dinner. An episode of Kate and Allie.
I loved that show.
I was rewatching that too, and it's there's like a quaint boringness to it that's very soothing.
I was so in love with the fact that they lived in Greenwich Village in that weird apartment that was in the basement in 2 levels, and which actually, I mean, thinking about it and looking at it now, it's like, well, it's actually kind of authentic because that's how those apartments work.
Yeah,
you go down in the lower level, but it's actually the lower and the first, or part of the first, and they did all of the like pre-credit opening bits on location somewhere in the city.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it would just be all studio.
And then just be honest. Yeah.
Like mostly the apartment.
Yeah.
That was part of my rationale for doing it. Was I'm looking for episodes where that they take place largely in one place.
Yeah.
Because when you're on like a screen like this, it's you can't be running around too much.
Right.
It's hard to change sets.
What do you mean? We can run around.
That's right. We can cut in on each other.
It did look like StreamYard has some new features where you can put things up to say like, and now you're at this place, like scene changes stuff. I was checking it out when I was waiting before we started today. Looks like they're upping their game.
Yeah. An episode of the Brady Bunch.
Always a classic.
Which episode is this?
It's the one where Greg and Marsha want to be. They're old enough to babysit, and the parents leave them home for the first time.
Oh, nice. An episode of the Dinosaurs rather. License to Parent. I think it's a non-Sherman. Is it a Sherman? No, who's the guest?
It's a non-Sherman Helmsley episode. Man, I've been watching so much of the Jeffersons recently. That's a great show.
That is a great show.
We also have the episode of The Nanny when they're going on the cruise and they get stranded in Flushing.
Oh boy!
Do you remember that? They have to stay at Sylvia's apartment.
Yeah, I've been watching The Nanny again. I forgot Renee Taylor was in it. I love her.
And he transcribed an episode of Herman's Head.
Oh my God. That's
would take probably 12 people to pull it off.
No.
Oh, that's a good show.
Or 6 of us with an unpaid membership.
Yeah. That's right.
So those are our choice: Mary Tyler Moore, Empty Nest, Kate and Allie, Brady Bunch, Dinosaurs, Nanny, Herman's Head. Any votes?
I'm a big
And
fan of Kate and Allie, and anytime you can do anything Brady Bunch, I'm a fan. But
Okay.
I'll go with the group.
What's June? Is it any? Well, it's Father's Day, but we don't really have. Well, let's do Kate and Allie because it's
Okay.
co-parenting.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And this was a good, I think, but people who were. I mean, you can also go with the thinly veiled lesbian element of this show, and I think that was
Like
something.
Pride.
Yeah, and I think we'll do it for Pride and Father's Day, and I think
Cool.
that, but I think it was a show that people grew up in houses like that, whether they were, a couple, whether the women were a couple or whether they weren't. So I'm sure that was something for, like, you didn't have that anywhere else. There was no other show where you could be like, oh, that's like my family. With Susan St. James strutting around.
I loved her.
And the girl who clearly came off the tour of Nanny to do this. I mean Annie. Sorry.
She sure did.
Yeah. And the other kid I keep confusing with the Alf kid. They kind of look the same.
The boys.
Oh, the boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's something.
Ended up on Oz, I think.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. I was also thinking before, I was trying to think of what the theme to Wings was. And so I was trying to do it I know it's just like piano stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing it in my head, and then it morphed into the theme from Alf, which is the same. Now it's like
I've been working on an Elf. I'm watching episodes, looking for one that we can make happen. There may be an Elf puppet showing up in my house soon.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
I know Matt is psyched for dinosaurs. He's desperate to play Baby Dinosaur when we're.
Thank you for Imaginary Invalid for donating money for the Alf puppet. And you did you finished the episode of
Mama's Family. Yeah, I got a Mama's
Family episode.
Oh,
That's
wow.
too.
I'm a purist, and I only like the first 2 seasons of Mama's Family, the network ones. But this is from that, and it's actually a good episode. It's when Naomi gets an obscene phone call, and they all kind of victim shame her, and then they end up getting the phone call, and Mama's listening.
Her eyes are crossing as she's listening to it.
And they have to go to the food circus and apologize to Naomi.
The food circus.
That's such a good name for a supermarket.
The food circus.
Just throw it in the food circus.
And the way she says it. And of course, Naomi went on to direct most of the episodes on Nanny.
Did she?
She directed a lot of episodes.
Dorothy Lyman?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She left a very popular gig on All My Children to do Mama's Family.
Mm-hmm.
She was Opal.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom watched that. Yes.
And of course, I'm sure the only reason she got it was that was Carol Burnett's favorite soap opera. So they were just like, let's get her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because Carol Burnett was on All My Children for some period of time.
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like Joan Crawford being on it.
That's right.
It's
Yeah, Joan Crawford and Betty Davis with Erica Kane. Yeah.
Did they really?
No, I'm only kidding.
Oh.
But it could have been.
Elizabeth
Let's
Taylor
rewrite
did
it.
one.
Who did?
Elizabeth Taylor did.
Oh, yes, she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's on YouTube. I could, if it's okay to say YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
My two dads.
I could catch
I started working on My Two Dads too.
I have to say I did revisit that a while ago. I just watched one episode, but it kind of holds up.
So somebody suggested it here, and I went back and started watching it. I have to find more full episodes to watch so I can transcribe. But if there's a recommendation for an episode, so I don't have to watch 50 of them,
I mean,
I'll,
the
I'll take the recommendation.
the pilot is good and kind of has it all,
Yeah, that was one of the ones I found. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
and it's got
A
the
very
jazz-
young Giovanni Ribisi.
right.
Yes.
Ah,
Oh, speaking of very young, Alvin will know who this actor is. I'm going to forget it. There's this sitcom which I think we've discussed before because I have an obsession with it, but it's called The Powers That Be.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
John Forsythe, Holland Taylor,
Yes.
Oh,
David
okay.
Hyde Pierce was in it,
David
right?
Hyde Pierce, and David Hyde Pierce's son is Jason Gordon-Levitt. Did I say that name
Oh
right?
yeah.
And
Wow.
he's like super. He's like tiny. He's like
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon.
you know
Good.
10 or yeah.
Did
And
he
then
see Jason Gordon-Levitt?
Peter McNichol, who did Ally McBeal, was on it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Alvin. And but I've been rewatching that, and it's just so.
The
It's so
powers that be, you say, huh?
good. It's such an
Yeah.
amazing. It's an amazing. I
watch
mean, the
that.
cast is. Obviously the scripts are great because they can go off them, but the cast is, and it was all before they all got their huge.
Right.
Like
Right.
this was their big, like David.
Well, John
Hyde-
Forsythe was famous.
He was famous, but everybody and Holland Taylor had been in shows since
Bosom Buddies,
Mhm.
baby.
since then. So she was very recognizable. But David Hyde Pierce was sort of out of nowhere at that time. Peter McNichol, like obviously Joseph Gordon, like all those people. And then there was even a woman on there who played this strange daughter, and she ended up being a regular on Mad About You.
Wow.
So it was a really like a huge
Oh,
'cause
cast.
That's
Yeah.
an episode I've been trying to find an episode for. So Mad About You.
yeah, that one didn't hold up for me as much when I watched it recently.
I wonder if the show Sybil holds up. 'Cause it was kind of a
Oh.
ripoff of Absolutely Fabulous.
There's a very subtle one if it was.
That was a pretty blatant one.
Oh, was it?
Um,
I guess I didn't watch it. Or I didn't know
it gave it Christine Baranski won Emmys for playing the drunk friend.
I
That
forgot.
was a big problem because Sybil Shepherd was mad about it.
Sybil
Yeah.
Shepherd.
It was a great show, but I don't know if it'll hold up. And then there's my my go-to Chicago show, It Takes Two with Patty Duke and Richard Crenna. And there's only I'm not gonna assign this to anyone. I'll go find it and see if it's worth it. But there was an episode where Anthony Edwards' character got VD, and they just kept referring to it as VD. Nothing specific, just VD. Which I thought was hilarious. And he had to have a conversation with his dad about it. His dad was a doctor.
Oh my God.
Oh, hilarity. Anyway, I'll look.
Like I said, we were chatting about this, and all I remember about It Takes Two is Patty Duke had the hairstyle where one was flipped this way and then one was flipped
Right.
underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always spend all her scenes looking at like where the turning point was, find, like where the spot in her hair where it all changed. That's all I
That's
remember.
going to be another wig, Evan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, Angie with Donna Pescow. I don't really know that one that well.
I love that show. I loved every sitcom in the 70s. I watched them all. The Suzanne Summers, she's the sheriff.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
The short-lived sitcom version of ER, which had George Clooney playing Elliot Gould's son.
That's another one that I love. That's on YouTube too. I love that show. And I watched a bunch. I binged it to see if there were any that might fit for us to do someday. But I used to love that show.
Yeah. Facts of Life.
And Michelle Pickle. I think Michelle Pickles was on it, who was his wife on Friends.
Christina Pickles.
Christina Pickles. I'm getting everyone's name. Christina Gordon-Levitt, I think.
Right.
And then from, I was going to say Two Gentlemen but the Three Men. What was it called? The Martin Sheen Show.
Oh, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 Men.
Right. Yeah.
Conchetta,
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Conchetta somebody.
Conchetta
Farrell.
Farrell?
She played the maid.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was the head nurse on ER.
Yes, she was.
Yes. Took me an hour and a half to get there, but that's what she was. But she was great on that show, and it's fun to see them all younger. So that is one we might do someday. But it looks like we are doing. What are we doing next? Kate and Allie. So join us, June, for Kate and Allie. Which episode is this?
Oh, I don't remember the name of it now. They're both infatuated with the same guy that they've been set up with on a blind date.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, fantastic! Mayhem ensues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've never heard of a
Alright.
situation like this where it's your cousin tries to set you up with a guy who's new in town. So you go with your best friend and both go out with him on a date. But that was the premise.
We'll see what happens.
And then they can't decide who should,
Yes,
who gets him.
who gets him?
Doesn't the man get a choice?
This was the 80s.
Men never get any rights.
No, this was the 80s, Timmy. Men
That's
didn't have a
right.
lot of rights back then.
Yeah.
They just were able to get their own credit card and vote.
No wonder we're reclaiming them now.
Yeah. Well, my friends,
Oh.
I think we did it.
Yeah, I got another half a Pringles can to eat.
All right. I'm gonna go cause some trouble. I'm gonna go hit the town. Thank you all so much. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, right? So you can get an alert when we go on next. Thank you, Sally, Timmy, Evan. We shall do this
Thank
again.
you, Wayne.
Matt in absentia.
And Matt is still in traffic.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in Greenwich Village next month.
All right.
Kate and Allie. Bye.
Night, night.
Good night.